Hello, dear learners, and in this session, let us go through the classification of information. Let's first start with a scenario. Imagine you are a manager at a leading retail chain and is preparing for a quarterly performance review. You use strategic information to analyze long term trends in customer preferences and competitor performance. For tactical planning, you rely on tactical information such as monthly sales data and inventory reports to adjust product stocks and promotional campaigns. At the operational level, you utilize operational information like daily sales transactions and real time stock levels to monitor the store's day to day activities and ensure customer demands are met. During your review, you noticed that sales for a particular product category have dropped despite increased customer footfall. Now, you need to identify what type of information, strategic, tactical, or operational, would help you determine the cause and plan the next steps effectively. With that, here's a question for you. Which classification of information, strategic, tactical, or operational, would best help you address the sales issue and why? To explore the answer, it is essential to understand the concepts in depth. So, let us proceed with the learning objectives of this topic. By the end of this topic, you will be able to define the concept of information and distinguish between different types of information, including strategic, tactical, and operational information. Explain the importance of high quality information in effective decision making within an organization and classify information based on characteristics and application.
Now, let us get into the topic class, which is classification of information. Before we go on to classify information, let us discuss what is information. The term information refers to processed data that is meaningful and useful for decision making, problem solving, and communication. In its simplest form, information can be defined as processed or organized data that is meaningful and useful to its recipient. While raw data consists of unorganized facts and figures, information emerges when data is analyzed, interpreted, and presented in a structured format that facilitates understanding and application. Let's move on to the classification of information. Information can be classified based on the characteristics of information like strategic, tactical, or operational, or based on its application as planning information, control information, knowledge information, organizational information, functional or operational information, database information. Class, let us go through the classification based on characteristics in detail. Based on characteristic information can be classified into three groups, that is strategic information, tactical information, operational information. First, let us start with what is strategic information. Strategic information focuses on long-term planning and helps senior management make decisions that determine the organization's future direction. It defines business goals and evaluates progress towards achieving them. For example, a company might decide to acquire a new manufacturing plant, launch a new product line, or diversify into different sectors to reduce risks. Examples: deciding to acquire a new manufacturing plant to expand production capacity, launching a new product line to target untapped markets, diversifying business operations into different sectors to reduce risk. Let us go through the next type, tactical information. Tactical information bridges strategic plans and day-to-day activities, helping middle managers use resources efficiently to meet medium-term objectives. It includes preparing budgets, monitoring inventory to avoid shortages, maintaining quality control standards, and managing workforce productivity to meet targets. Examples: preparing budgets to allocate funds across departments, setting quality control standards to maintain, monitoring inventory levels to avoid shortages or overstocking, managing workforce productivity to achieve desired service levels. Let us go through the last type. Operational information supports short term routine activities, ensuring tasks are carried out as planned. This information helps manage daily operations, such as assigning jobs during a production shift, monitoring machine performance to prevent downtime, and conducting quality checks at various production stages. Examples: assigning jobs to operators during a production shift, monitoring machine performance to ensure uninterrupted operation, conducting quality checks on products at different stages of production. Together, these types of information ensure organizations function effectively at all levels. Next, we shall go through the classification based on the application of information. Based on the application of information, we can classify the information as planning information, control information, knowledge information, organizational information, functional or operational information, database information. Let us discuss each one in detail. First is planning information. Planning information is the data needed to create standards, benchmarks, and specifications that guide organizational activities. It ensures that strategic, tactical, and operational plans align with overall objectives, promoting consistency and efficiency. This type of information supports decision making at all levels, from long term strategies to daily operations. The purpose of planning information is to establish benchmarks and standards that guide processes and outcomes to support decision making at various levels, from long term strategic plans to daily operational tasks, to ensure consistency and uniformity in organizational activities. For examples, time standards refer to predefined specifications that determine how long specific tasks or processes within an organization should take to complete. These standards serve as benchmarks for measuring efficiency and productivity. The second type of information based on application is control information. Control information refers to the data that organizations use to monitor and regulate their operations. Think of it as a feedback system that ensures all processes stay on track and meet the standards or objectives set by the organization. When deviations, inefficiencies, or problems are detected, control information triggers corrective actions to bring everything back in line. This type of information is essential for keeping things running smoothly and improving processes over time. The purpose is to monitor key processes, ensuring they align with organizational goals. To identify deviations or inefficiencies in real time, corrective actions can be taken promptly. And to enable continuous improvement through feedback mechanisms. For instance, performance metrics highlight productivity shortfalls, helping organizations address issues effectively and improve outcomes. The third type of information based on application is knowledge information. Knowledge information refers to insights gained through experience, learning, and research, helping organizations interpret complex data. The purpose of knowledge information is to improve decision making, improve processes, foster innovation, and preserve valuable knowledge for future use. For example, analyzing historical data can provide trends, enabling organizations to predict outcomes and optimize strategies effectively. Examples: insights gained from analyzing historical data to predict future trends. The fourth type of information based on application is organizational information. It refers to data that describes the internal and external aspects of an organization, such as its culture, environment, goals, and operations. This type of information is vital for fostering a shared understanding among employees and ensuring everyone works towards common objectives. By reducing uncertainty, it supports smoother operations and better decision making. For instance, employee information, including roles, responsibilities, and performance data, helps clarify expectations and evaluate productivity. Similarly, data on organizational goals, or culture ensures alignment between teams and management, encouraging collaboration and efficiency. Overall, it establishes clarity and structure across the organization. The fifth type of information based on application is functional or operational information refers to the data needed for managing daily tasks and processes within an organization. It ensures that short-term objectives are achieved by providing clear instructions for routine activities. This type of information is essential for maintaining efficiency and productivity across departments. For example, in a manufacturing plant, a daily production schedule assigns tasks to machines or workers, ensuring smooth operations. In service oriented businesses, such as hospitals or hotels, duty rosters organize staff shifts effectively. Similarly, shift specific instructions for operators help maintain a seamless workflow, ensuring tasks are completed on time and resources are utilized efficiently. The sixth type of information based on application is database information refers to organized collections of large volumes of data that are stored systematically for easy access management and analysis. This information supports multiple users and purposes, enabling effective decision making across the organization. By storing data in a structured way, databases ensure accuracy, consistency, and quick retrieval when needed. For example, material specifications in a manufacturing database assist production, procurement, and quality control teams. Supplier databases help manage vendor relationships and purchasing processes. Similarly, customer databases store profiles, purchase histories, and feedback which businesses use to improve marketing strategies and enhance customer service, ensuring efficient operations. Let's start with the next topic, quality of information. For information to be useful, it must meet specific standards that ensure it adds value to decision making. High quality information supports efficiency, accuracy, and confidence in organizational processes, while poor quality information can result in errors and delays. Attributes of quality information are accuracy. The information must be error free and reflect the facts. Completeness. All relevant details should be included to give a full understanding of the topic. Relevance. The information should relate directly to the task or decision at hand. Timeliness. Up to date information enables prompt responses to changing situations. Consistency. Information across various systems or reports must align without contradictions. Accessibility. Information should be easily available to authorized users when needed. Reliability. Information must come from trustworthy and credible sources. Clarity. Clear and well structured information ensures easy understanding and better communication.
In this topic, you have learned the term information refers to processed data that is meaningful and useful for decision making, problem solving, and communication. Information can be classified based on the characteristics of information like strategic, tactical, or operational, or based on its application as planning information, control information, knowledge information, organizational information, functional, operational information, and database information. And attributes of quality information are accuracy, completeness, relevancy, timeliness, consistency, accessibility, reliability, and clarity. Ensuring these qualities allows organizations to make well-informed, effective decisions. With this, we come to the end of the session. Thank you and happy learning.